So we've got a half-hour Pilates, a half-hour lovely stretch using the band. Everything's on the floor because I can't do anything with my shoulders. But that's the reason why we're not doing anything that involves planks. But you feel free to, if you want to go and do a bunch of planks, Anthony usually likes to just do one for the sake of it. So we lie down. Once you're on the floor, just lie completely flat. Arms down by your side.
I'm alright when I get there.
Pardon?
I'm alright when I get there. It's just the journey.
How much do you hit consistently?
I will be consistently here for the next half hour.
Right, let's get a focus into the breathing. Slide your shoulder blades underneath your body a little bit, just so you get a real feel for back on the floor, spine on the ground. Everything's just flat to the ground. Now we're going to bring our legs together. Legs to feet, toes in, heels away. We're going to take hold of those fingers. We're going to turn the palms towards the ceiling. And we're going to take a full body stretch. Breathing in, lifting up through the rib cage. Breathing out, squeezing down through the belly. We're going to do 4 deep breaths here. Activating your tummy a little bit more as you flatten your spine. Your right leg is going to stay fixed to the ground, dead straight, parallel position, so your hips are square. Point the toes on the left leg and lift that left leg up towards the sky, straight as it can go. Flex the foot at the top, drop it down to a hover, point the toes, and so on. Lifting up, same pace going up, same pace going down. Look at this. And stretching out the hamstring, controlling the move with your transverse abdominals, those lower tummy muscles, and pushing your rib cage down to the floor as you keep that stretch through the arms. Most things are going to be rep sets of 10. So we're doing 10 leg raises up and down. I've done my 5th one.
You count on talk.
Pardon?
How do you
Count
count
on talk?
Yeah.
7.
It's special.
8 more, 8 more, 2 more, 3 more. I can't. 9. One more, lift it all the way up to the sky, and then bend the knee and pop the foot to the floor. Release your arms and bring them down by your side. Your palms facing down. Slide those shoulder blades under one more time. Your right leg is staying where it is. You're going to push through your left foot and raise your hips up into a bridge. So your right heel slides in a little bit. And then squeeze both butt cheeks and try and keep those hips equal. So your right side might want to just sag down towards the floor. You need to use your strength to parallel everything out and squeeze and lift. Point your toes on the right foot. Right leg is going for a little bit of a move up. And all the way to it taps the floor. Keeping your hips level. 2. Now, if you need to reduce the motion of this, if it's too much, bend that right knee. Just simply bring the foot to the floor and pull it back in. So just take like half a leg. So 10 reps of these. That's 5. Now squeeze your left side a bit more, lift the hips a little bit more. Come on, lift, 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 lift. One more. And then pop the foot down, lift the hips up, and roll it out. So let your spine settle, engage your abs, back flat, legs to tabletop. Inhale, lengthen your left leg to a hover, pull it back in, and then the right leg. So I'm pushing my sole of my foot away as I lengthen. I'm pointing my toe to bring the leg back in. So there's a very brief pause on the extension. If it's too much, go to a toe tap instead, just from that tabletop position. Now let's take a little bit more focus into that spine, push it into the floor, squeeze deep into your abdomen. I'll give you 6 more. Keep doing your last one. Pop the feet down to the floor. And breath. Slide your legs flat down. Interlace your fingers again. Turn them up and lengthen your arms behind you. Lifting the rib cage. And draw the rib cage down. Leave your left leg pinned to the ground with your toes pointing to the sky, dead straight leg. And then point the toes on your right leg as we lift that leg up to the sky. Dorsiflexion of the foot, and down we go into a hover, pointing the toe at the bottom. Stabilize the hips, use the core. Straighten the knee a little bit more. Same pace up as going down. Straighten those arms a little bit more. Get length through the elbows. Push your rib cage into the floor. Last 2 on that leg. Lift the last one up towards the sky. And then bend the knee, pop the foot to the floor. Release your arms. Back down by your side. Palms down. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Press down into all 4 corners of that right foot. And let's lift the hips back up to the bridge. Sliding your left hip in slightly. The left leg is equal with the right leg. So just see if you can check your hip bones out. Lift and squeeze up. Raise your left leg up towards the sky. Dorsiflex, tap it down. So your option is to bend the knee and do toe tap instead. Keep a strong breath in that right leg. Get those hips as high as you can go. Up, squeeze, and down. And that right knee, don't let it protrude outwards either. It will naturally go that direction. 2 more in these legs. And that last big lift up, bend the knee, pop the feet down, lift the hips, and roll it out. 2 breaths at the bottom to let your spine just release. Engage the ab, legs to tabletop, and then straighten the legs to the sky. So I'm going to keep my toes pointed. And we're going to drop the left leg down towards the floor, lift it up, and foot to the other side. So my toes stay pointed the whole time. Dead straight legs if you can. If it gets too much, go back to your tabletop toe taps if you need to. Or just reduce the range, don't go too low. Listen to your tummy muscles. I had to do a lying down class on Monday because my shoulder was asleep. And my abs were killing me yesterday, and I didn't realise they were going to hurt. So expect to have some painful abs over the next 2 days.
Thanks for that.
That's all right. Okay, 4 more on these legs, each side, 8 in total. Squeeze deep into the belly. Shoulders relaxed. Find that breath. When you've done your last one, bend the knees and pop them back on the floor. Then heel toe them wide. Line them up the edges of your mat, or wider if you wish. Open the knees. We're going to roll the hips up. So your arms can be down by your side, or if you want a little bit more, take your arms fully back and over your head. Spread the fingers, press back to the hands to the floor. We're lifting up, we're squeezing those thighs together, we're opening back up and tapping our buttocks back down to the floor. Big move. Working into that hip joint, working into those butt cheeks. Changing that body shape, mobilizing spine, lots going on here. Squeeze and open. Allow that rotation through your ankles. Allow that little opening on the insides of your feet as you roll onto the outer edges and squeeze the inside edges. Big move. Press up, squeeze. Try to get those knee bones touching at the top. Let's go a little bit faster, everybody. Up, squeeze, open, down, up, squeeze, open, down. 8, 7. Come on, press deeper into those glutes, hamstrings, inner thighs, outer thighs. 4 more. Lots of opening, closing, going a little bit further every time. Hit the floor when you've done your last one. Slide your arms from there into cactus, a 90-degree angle. Forearms press down towards the floor. Do you want some weights on those hands? Now, we're going to lift the legs and then bring the big toes together, so in diamond shape. We're going to rotate over towards the right, but slightly angled towards the corner of our mats. So I'm kind of moving away, a blink spider back into center and over to the left, but a little bit further away. So you're not directly going side to side. We're moving the angle.
28 degrees.
Pardon? 28 degrees. So your knees stay open and tight. Touch the heels to the floor if you can. Okay, we're going to do 3 more each side. Get those elbows down.
The basics.
Now, when we do our 3 each side, we come back to the middle. I have no idea how many I've done. Andy was distracting me. Lift the heels up a little bit higher, and then pulse open those knees on the spot. And if you want more in the tummy muscles, if they're not working yet, push the legs away. Keep pressing, 10 more seconds. Spine flat to the ground, forearms, elbows down. Last 3, 2, and land the outer edges of your feet on the ground, your knees open, and take a little side rock. Use it as an opportunity to perhaps go back up your mat. You can sometimes flip down your mat doing that. Keeping the soles of your feet together and your arms pinned down where they are. Lift your hips up into a bridge. And then pull your knees in a little bit as you squeeze, lift your hips and let them open out as you lower your buttocks to the floor and then back up again. So because your soles of your feet together, you physically can't close your knees, but you're activating the inside muscles as if you're trying to squeeze them in. Big squeeze up, big lift. Andy, get those elbows to the ground. Come on, get them down. Do I need more weights on your elbows?
Go. This is really hurting my shoulder.
As in, like a stretch.
As in, yeah.
5 more of these. Big lift. We've gone from 10 to 15. Okay, so when we come up to doing that last one at the very top, you squeeze up and then open and close your knees. Little movements, like little pulses, but you're staying high in your bridge. Press out, press out, press out. Lift your hip, lift your hip. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it out. Bring your knees together, soles of feet on the ground. Let your knees just rest against each other. Those arms are going to go from cactus to full extension, T shape. Continue with those waves. Legs up to tabletop. Now, you can stay at tabletop, or if you wish, you can extend your legs. We're going to drop our right leg out to a V shape, not too low. The left leg is going to go and join it. And then both legs squeeze up to the center. Same direction. Out to the side. Left one joins. You pause. Abs up, on, slide up, and bring the legs back. If you can take your eye gaze to the right, that'd be wonderful. Sure, he doesn't know this. Really embrace that pause. Your abs really need to do a lot of effort to keep the heaviness of your legs paused at that angle. But there's your focus. 3 more to the right. Last one. Back up to the middle and pop your feet down. Turn over onto your left side, resting your head onto your arm. Bottom leg slightly bent forward. Top leg hip height. Squeeze back slightly without letting your hips protrude forward. Okay, so keep everything locked in. Big circle up all the way forward and round. So I don't mind your hip moving because it has to. You'll just get that full rotation. But what I want you to do is just keep your core locked. So these circles are as big as you can possibly go. Your right hand just slightly supporting your chest. Two more. And then take it in opposite direction. Slide back to where you can. Leg forward, up, squeeze it back and over.
The music's getting very dramatic, isn't
I was listening to this on my walk this morning.
it?
I was going through some of my old playlists. For Pilates. This is actually a Pilates playlist. 3 more. Last one. Pause in the center. Flex your foot in, turn your toes down. Press your toes to the floor, lift your heel back up. Squeeze it. All the way down, Anthony. Toes to the floor, heel to the sky. Hold it up, everybody. Point the toes. Make sure everything's parallel. Lift it up higher. 10 circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Fix in your core. 4, 3, 2, right. 10. Go higher. 9. Higher. 8. Bigger circles if you can. 6, 5. Higher. 3, 2. Hold it down. Lift it up. And pop it down.
Can't see my face from that distance.
No, touching on. Now flip over onto your back. T-shape arm, palms up. Papers up. Or full extension. Left leg to V shape. Right leg joint. Abs squeeze to lift to center. Eye gaze to go left to the right, sorry, or you can stay looking towards the sky. Don't rush it. Three more. Last one. Pause at the top. Now, before we relax these legs, abs on tight, turn your palms down, lift your head, lift your chest. So that's like a little mini crunch. Don't use your arms too much because you can float them if you want. And then push your legs away and paddle kick. Option is here. Option is to stay flat. And breathe. 10, 9, 8. Lift up higher. Drop your legs lower. 4, 3, 2, and pop your feet to the floor. Relax your arms. And it's rolling onto our right side. Bend your lower knee forward slightly. The left leg then becomes a hover, toes pointed, hand down front of the chest. Squeeze your leg back slightly using your butt cheeks. And then let's go to those big circles. Far forward as you can possibly go. Don't let the hips flap around, but allow them to open out towards the side. A few little crunchy things going on in my back doing this. Anybody else experiencing anything clunky?
Yes.
Don't be conscious.
Two more in this direction. Get them a little bit wider. Use your ball. You simply reverse it when you reach back to center again. Bring the legs forward, up and around. One more. Last two. One more. Big, big, big. Lift all the way up and around. We pause in the center. Turn the toes down. Tap down towards the other foot and lift straight back up. 1, 2, 3, 9. Last one. Hold it up. Put the toes away again. Parallel the leg. Lift it up a little bit more and take it into circles. 10, 9. Small circles. 7, but get them a little bit higher. 5, 4. Keep the control. 2. We reverse it. 10. Higher. 9, 8. Squeeze it back a little bit more. 6, 5. Higher. 3, 2. Pause it there. Lift it up. Give me some pulses. I forgot about them. 10, 9, 8. Higher. 6. Fire. 3, 2. And release. The knees drop together. Roll yourselves over onto your backs again. Keep your band nearby. Pull their knees in, and a little hug. Release that buttocks by just rocking side to side, getting right into the muscles. Hello. You've come to join our stretchy bit. You've just finished up Pilates, Phil, haven't you? There'll always be a little bit of an added Pilates into my stretch.
Oh, okay.
The corners we find. Oh, I'm doing it. Lovely. Just grab yourself a band or a strap. Happy for it. Now slide your hands around up on the thighs. Tuck them in. Relax the shoulder blades down towards the floor. Just go back into your breathing again. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And then straighten those legs to the sky. So you just lightly hold them behind the thighs. And using that grip, just use that to push the knees straight, pull the toes down. You're pushing the soles of your feet towards the ceiling. Pushing the base of the spine into the floor at the same time, so sitting bones are drawing down as you straighten and lengthen out a little bit more for the legs. Now we are going to release the hand, relax the arms down. Either drop your legs controllably together to the floor, or drop one leg at a time and then the other leg. Bring those fingers together, interlace them, and take a full body stretch. Point the toes as we inhale and lift the rib cage. And as we exhale, draw the rib cage down, slide the toes in and push the heels away. Take the feet for a little walk over to the right corner of your mat. And then the right heel goes across the left ankle. And then the shoulders move that same direction to the right corner of the mat. And we open out through that whole left side, lengthening out the left elbow and pushing everything as much as you can into that C curve, that banana shape through the body. Left hip push down to the floor. And every time you breathe, everything opens out and then more. 2 more deep breaths here, just lengthening further and further. Feeling that lovely stretch. And then release the ankles, walk your heels back at the same time, slide your shoulders back, go straight to the other side. So we're going to the left side, sorry. Left heel over right ankle, shoulders also go in that direction, but leave your buttocks where they are. And then get a full banana stretch through this right side. So what you're trying to achieve with this stretch is that everything on that right side is pressed to the floor. The arms down, the shoulder back, the shoulder blades down. You get a little smile from Anthony when I say that.
I think there's nothing else.
Your fingers.
Doing this. Don't straighten up. I think this. I can't do that.
Oh,
Do
dear.
that. Don't stretch.
Go a little bit further. And then uncross the legs. We'll go everything back to the middle again. Keep your band nearby, get yourself back into the middle, arms down by your side. And I want you to engage your lower abs to lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to grab around the back of that thigh again. Use that as a light stretch. Bend through the elbows, begin to drive the thigh a little bit further in towards you. Then we're going to walk up this leg, and as we do, we're going to lift our chest off the floor, shoulders away from those ears, don't hunch up, and drive the thigh in as you lift the chest in. Right leg pins to the floor. And I want you to bend through the elbows and lift your chest up as if you're crunching through the upper abs and then easing it back up. Exhale up, little baby crunch in those upper abs and release. If you want to make a little bit more out of this, you can release the arms, crunch and release. But this is more about the stretch of the hamstrings. And by holding it, that lengthens out a little bit more. So it's up to you, whatever you want to get out of it. 5 more. Pull that in a little bit more every time. Last 2, curl it. One more big reach, big stretch. And then walk down your leg. Let your head and shoulders drop to the floor. Just bend the knee for me and slide your hands around the front of the shin. And drive the thigh in towards your chest. Right hand to the ankle. Open the knee out and drive it towards your left armpit. If you wish, you can wrap your forearm around that arm, that leg as well. It's up to you. See how flexible you're feeling today. Push your right leg and slide it down that mat so you feel that separation through the hips. You feel that opening. Try and get your right knee as straight as possible. Come on, Billy, his life comes down on you.
Yeah, I have that effect on people.
Take that knee with your right hand and just ease the knee across so your butt cheek just lifts off the floor very slightly, and then use the right arm to drive the knee towards the center of your chest. Now we're going to get a little bit deeper into the hamstrings now. So bring the leg back, grab your band, feel free to double up your band. Take it around the ball of your foot and let's take that to full hamstring extension. So knee extension, which is hip flexion. You're trying to get a 90-degree angle through the legs. So keep focusing on your right side, pushing it down into the floor. Get that leg as straight as it can possibly go. Once it's gone to its full extension, you can then bend the elbows to drive the leg further in towards you if you can. Stay here and breathe. Here comes the helping hand. There we go. I won't break you from it.
Squeak of pain.
Keep breathing in.
This is what I get for not coming so many weeks.
Yeah. Breathing out, going that little bit further. Where's that name?
What's
Does it
bothering?
feel like it's going to clap?
No, it just feels like it's a bounce.
Right.
It's not me, it's my body.
It's actually a little generator.
Now we're going to into this stretch a little bit more. So I want you to take a hand with your right hand. And I want you to very carefully turn the toes inwards so the heel slightly outwards. So you kind of immediately rotate it from the hip. Move the foot across your right hip, no further than that. And then drive the toes towards your right shoulder. Extending the leg. So kind of moving slightly back that way. Right leg still firmly pushed floor, and that gets pulled outside of your hamstring. This can be horrible. Just be very aware that you haven't tensed up in your shoulders, relax them. Remember what I said last week, deep, intense stretching is amazing for body shape change. And then you got Anthony. He just comes in and tries to get into position. Lengthen that leg a little bit more. Take one more breath with it there. And then move the leg back to center. Keep it in the center. Listen to my instructions very carefully. The right leg from there is going to slide up and open out. You're then going to either keep hold of this leg with your right hand and take it back behind you, slightly out to the left. Okay, I prefer to do it with my right hand, but you can also use your left hand. And if you do, you can use your right hand to push that knee down, so we're opening out. Like, imagine you're doing half the splits. The toes are heading towards your left shoulder, and you're opening out the hips a little bit more. So you're driving the thigh towards you rather than to ground. Try and get that knee a little bit straighter. Try and physically turn that knee outwards a little bit more. I just used to music these days.
They've got some wear out.
Come on, pull those toes a little bit closer towards the shoulder, straighten the leg a little bit more. And then ease it back in, slowly, slowly. At the same time, that right knee comes in. Slide the right leg back down to the floor. Bend the left knee to release the band. Take that leg straight back up. And lower it to the floor. And then just feel the difference between legs once it lands on the floor. You'll feel very wonky and lopsided and maybe slightly sunken in that left side. Take your fingers, interlace them, stretch the body again, pointing the toes away to inhale, exhale, sliding the heels away, toes in. And then release the arm. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Slide your hands around the back of that thigh, catch it, and push that leg straight. So whilst you're holding this leg, make sure you kind of set the hips in the right place. So kind of feel your right butt cheek going down towards the ground a little bit more. Then lengthen the leg. Then we climb the leg. We reach up. We take it up towards the calf. Left leg on the ground. Shoulders relaxed. Bend the elbows as if you're crunching up towards that thigh. Lengthening that leg. We inhale, ease it up. Exhale, squeeze and crunch. So my arms are pulling me up, but I'm also activating my abs to do so. And if you don't want to do the stretch, just do a bit of an abdominal exercise. Come here and do it now. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Five more of these. Use it as an opportunity to straighten this leg every time you lift. It goes a little bit further. Two more. One more. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, and straighten it. And then begin to walk back down. Holding onto it. Bend the knee. Slide your hands around the front of the shin. Keep that left leg strong and pressed into the floor and drive that right thigh in towards your chest. We begin to open the knee towards the armpit, taking your left hand to the ankle use your right arm to stretch the hip flexor. So the knee is aiming for the armpit. And if you're quite flexible, you might be able to wrap your forearm around and work there. Breathe. Now that left leg, slide it away. So you put that opening a little bit further. Freedom through the hip, the whole joint area. Relax the shoulders. And then take hold of the knee with your left hand. Move the knee across. So the right butt cheek is off the floor. And then take the knee towards the center of the chest. With the leg back into the center. Grab your band. Keep them doubled up if you need to. Put the band around the ball of the foot and let's straighten that leg to the sky. So again, fix everything into position. Use your tummy muscle to keep your pelvis and hips as still as possible. So if you're activating your core, it helps to keep everything neutral and you get a better stretch. So the leg goes as straight as possible. We get that 90 position through the legs, 93 position. Knees straight on both sides and both toes pulled in. Shoulders pull back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades to the ground and then bend the elbows. Lengthen that leg, drag it in towards you.
This on for a while, last few months.
No. Straighten the knees, bend the elbows, use your breath out to go that little bit further. This will make you feel amazing for the rest of the day. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
That's because you stood on it, that's why.
Now, you're going to take the band in your left hand. Before you move the leg, slightly rotate the toes inward. So slightly to the left. And then move that foot across to the left hip bone, so it's covered above. And then using your left arm, drive the toe towards your left shoulder. So you're kind of picking the buttock off the floor, but you're not allowing it to go too far. Now extend the knee, push that leg as straight as possible. Is that straight as the leg goes? Okay. I want you to use your arm strength so much. Left arm is easier, Mark, but you're right. Is it?
Yeah. Can't balance this stuff.
Well, that's because you're right. And let's move that leg back through to center. Pause in the middle. You can keep the band in that hand if you wish, or you can swap hands. Slide your left foot in, open the knee out to the side. And then this leg is going to bring itself over to the right, but towards your right shoulder. So imagine you're doing the split. Don't let it just fall out to the side. This is about opening it out and around to the floor. Turn the toes down, heels up. If you can use your right hand, great. Use your left hand to push your left knee down. If you're using your left arm for balance, like I am, then lots of arm work to pull the toes in towards your shoulder. Straighten that knee. Breathe. Come on, pull those toes in. Push them down to the floor, lift the heel up, extend the knee a little bit more. Come on, work it. 2 more breaths, breathing in. I want to see those legs open a little bit more, toes down a little bit more. And then we lift the leg up. Toes in the left knee, bending the right leg to release the hand, feet to the floor. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider. Let the knees drop over to the right. Take your right foot onto that left knee and push it down towards the floor, and your left arm can just drift up to the left side along with your eye gaze and enjoy that lovely feeling opening down the left hip bone. So make sure you've got your right foot onto your left knee. So that's one way. So both knees bent, that's it, perfect. And then as you push that down, get a lovely stretch through here. And do the left knee a little bit more to do less pressure. And this is, as we know, a wonderful stretch. Pleasant, yes, Tom?
Yeah.
And as you breathe out, go further into it. Slide the foot off, knee comes back to the middle again. We're just go the feet together, let the knees fall out. Engage your ab and lift your legs up towards you. Sliding your hands down the shin, catching the ankle. Or if you can wrap your hands around the outside edge of the foot, do so. Head down, shoulders down, heel press down towards the groin. Open those knees as wide as they will go. Lovely. Love this one. Try and get the coccyx, base of the spine pushed into the floor. Open those knees wide. Come on. Force those feet together to push against each other. And as you put your feet together, the knees will open wider. And then we change positions. We're going to do like a happy baby pose. Not the most attractive pose. We take the feet and float them above your knees. And you're going to bring your hands inside your thighs and catch around the outside edges of your feet. You can use a band on either side if you want. And imagine, the best way to try and get into this stretch, imagine your ankles are sitting above your knees and your heel is pushing down into your kneecap and your kneecap's heading down towards the ground. And then, so you're trying to get a 90-degree bend in the knees, wider than your rib cage, and then you're forcing your butt cheeks back down towards the floor without losing the stretch. So ideally, my elbows are wedged inside my knees, which opens them out and forces the stretch even more.
Well, this is big.
Look, I'm right in front of the camera.
I'm balanced on one vertebrae, I think. The sprung gust of breeze over you.
Oh dear. Okay, release the legs back down to the floor, keeping the feet wide, knees wide, let the knees drop over to the left this time. Right arm opens out, you slide the left foot on top of that right knee and stretch down that into that right hip. So ideally, you've got both knees pressed to the floor in this position. slide that left foot up. Let your knees float back into the middle again. Let your knees fall together. So let me do the complete opposite to what we've just been doing. So they're kind of sitting upon each other, which kind of rests your spine a little bit. Feet are wide, knees are pulled in. Now bring your knees towards your chest. Slide your hands around the back of the thighs. And then roll yourself up. We're going to do a bit of a buttock stretch. We're going to do this seated. So I want you to just lean into your hands slightly behind and then take your left ankle over your right knee. Then bend your right leg, open the left knee, and then use your arms to lengthen and straighten out through the spine. So my shoulder's not a massive fan of this, so I'm just going to do this with my one hand. I'm just going to hold onto my leg. So we're trying to lift the chest, get as much extension of the spine as possible. Open that left knee. Because our stretch lessons could be like this every time. It could be very hard to
It's
cope
been a
with.
few years since we've done.
Get your bottom down.
You know, I can do that, or I can be straight. It's up to you. Can't do both.
Pull your shoulders back in there.
What do you-
Open that knee a little bit more. So light left buttock stretch. From here, we're going to let our bodies go over to that side. And then sit your butt back down to the floor. Now, if your buttocks don't go firmly down onto the floor in this position, take your right leg straight out in front of you and sit in a more comfortable position. Take your right leg out and then take your left leg over the outside. Right leg straight, out in front. Yeah, and then that left, that's it, perfect. Yeah, take your right arm, wrap it around your thigh, left hand to the base of the spine, and lift up, look, and lengthen and twist. So what you're trying to do is pull that left thigh in, keep the buttocks firmly on the ground. Now, if you can, only if you can, lift the left arm, and then side bend over, keeping the buttock on the floor. So imagine you're kind of leaning back towards that left foot that's on the floor. C curve. And then release the arm. Lean back and free your legs in front of you. Sit tall, raise your arms up, lift and lengthen, forward fold. Catch your feet. If you can't, bend your knees to catch your feet for me. Then, from there, just slide your legs as far as they will go. And it doesn't matter how far they go, just stop them through the spine. Dip your chin to your chest. Try not to let your feet protrude outwards. Try and keep that parallel position. That will stretch a little bit more. Just breathe into this, 3 or 4 breaths there. Anthony, you've actually gone a little bit further because of all the stretching you've been doing.
There you go. I'm like a wet.
You're not usually that far forward. You've just been doing intense stretching on your hamstring. Okay, when you're ready, just ease it off. Softly roll up and lean back and just lift the chest. And then from there, we're going to go into the other side. So we're going to slide our right ankle onto our left knee. Bend the left foot. And then sit tall. That side. So keep pulling your shoulders back, chest up, bottom on the floor, extend the spine. So everyone getting this in their right butt cheek, yeah?
Yeah.
Or not? I don't want to know where you're feeling that.
Right hand straight.
Again, you've just been built weirdly. The muscles have been built weirdly.
Yeah, I'm getting left hamstring, so.
Put down here,
No, not in hand, up here. Oh my god.
your calf.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna come from,
That's
yeah.
because you're hold, you're tensing the position.
Oh, so it is.
So alternatively, you do it lying down, which is what I've been doing really, to my shoulder. So if you want to do the last couple of breaths lying down, feel free. Otherwise, we're taking this foot and we drop it around the outside, park it, fold that leg, and you can sit your bum cheeks between the foot and the other leg, then do so, or extend your left leg out. So if you're up here, you're better off taking that leg out and sitting firmly in the back. Wrap your left arm around, hands face to the spine, lift up, look out over your shoulder and twist. So try and pull that left thigh in towards your chest. And as you do so, lengthen the spine, but park your left butt cheek back down to the floor. Go deeper, grow taller, twist more. Now that right arm, raise it up. And then try and get into a little C shape as you lean across towards the left. Don't let that right bum cheek come off the floor. Oh, that is a strong stretch for me. Anyone else feeling that strong? I'm on my own on this one. Lengthen the elbows, side bend more. Take one more deep breath as you reach out a little bit further. And then raise the arm up. Reach back to uncross the legs. Straighten them out, sit tall. One more time we reach. One more time we fold. Lovely. Come on, go deeper, deeper, deeper. Firm grip of those feet. Use your arms, relax your shoulders. Get those knees a little bit more extended. 10 more seconds here until it's all over. You're free to go back to work feeling amazing. Now, as we ease off this stretch, just let your hands drop down either side of your legs. Slide your hands back and then just roll the spine. Then lean back one more time and lift that chest. And as always, we come to a comfortable sit position or a comfortable leg out position, whatever you want. Hands on your knees. We sit tall, we open the arms, we breathe in and raise the arms up. We exhale, we bow, we clap, we make my favorite entertainment of bodily stretching. That's what you can call it.
Thank you.